Hi folks, and welcome to Fifield Farm and Farm Museum. Jim here, and welcome. Today we have this Craftsman 13-inch planer that has a drive problem. Customer complains that they watch this chain in here, and as it rotates around, it jumps every time it goes around. Well, I was checking it out, started to disassemble this little tray underneath here, and when I pulled the tray out, I would say that's part of the sprocket. And that's our problem. Why it broke, not sure. We'll tear into this thing and see what we can find out. Sprocket's located right down there. See if I can point to it. That's the sprocket. So we got to get to that sprocket, and as you can see, this is a power lift. So this unit here is the power lift up and down. So it looks like that's all got to come off to get in there to this sprocket back here. All right, looks like we got to start by pulling this rail off of here. This over to the side. Looks like we got some. Well, this side I don't have to mess with. I only have to mess with this side. So we got to pull these rails out of here. I believe besides the brake, there's a brake here for the lock. There's just a nut on the bottom side of this. The only reason I got to slide that out is to get this off. I'm not sure if the nut's going to fall off the bottom or it has a hex pocket in the bottom. Yep, the nut fell off, so this is coming out. They only have, well, it looks like I gotta take it right out. And I don't know what's going to happen with this brake. There seems to be a lot of tension on that spring. I didn't want to have to pull it all the way out because, not bad. Not bad. All right. We can work with that. Now that nut just fell off. And there we go. Okay, the adjustment screw is what's going to hold the side of the unit up, so that's why I wasn't worried about taking that apart. The other problem is this shaft here. That's connected with a sprocket and a chain down below. May have to tip it over and take that apart from that side. All right, we got more pieces falling out. Yep. More sprockets. More teeth. What would have caused that? I don't know. I'm going to have to tip this guy up. On this end. See what we got underneath here for this shaft. This thing is not light either. There is some timing issues here with this chain too, because that's connected to the threaded shaft on each side to make the height adjustment. I'm going to take a paint marker and time these. I don't think this matters where it's at, but these two in reference with each other matter. So, although if I don't move them, they should be right where they're at, right? But I'll put a mark on them anyway. Never hurts to be too good, too cautious. Alright, so we gotta loosen up this idler chain. I'll just take it right off because I'm not going to deal with a master link or anything like that. There's the two nuts from the rails. All right. We can, now I gotta see what's holding that shaft on. I wonder. I'm gonna have to take the sprocket off here. It looks like looks like I can take these Allens right out of here with the sprocket on. I don't know if this will allow that shaft to slide out or not, but we shall find out. Probably just a retainer for the bearing or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like there is a bearing in there. There's a snap ring somewhere I'm missing. Well, let's take the sprocket off. Sure. Has a nice key in it, which is good to see. Spacer. Well, looks like it might go up. Actually, going up would be fine. But if I go up, I can't go up because there's snap rings on it. Well, wait, no, that's just on the... Should go up. Looks like it should go up. Looky there. Look at that. Okay. Bring this bad boy back down. Yes. Here's our shaft. We can take right out. Shouldn't affect anything. And this should come right out. It does. Now we're getting to that. There's a nice key on that. See the key? I was trying to figure out. I don't have the print or nothing on this, but these almost seem like maybe it's a spring with ball bearings in here, like a clutch. If it gets to a certain limit, that's what it's looking like. Pops out of here. It'll cause it to skip instead of bind up and tear something up. So that's what that looks like. I think that's what it is. And here's our broken ear. This has a spring tensioner here. Not quite sure if I can get that out of there. Maybe I can pull it out this way. Let's see if I can get behind the spring. Yep. Still not enough slack to get it off. So, I don't see a master link. Well, I have to pull them all off, or at least this one here maybe. Snap ring pliers. Maybe this will come off at the same time. Oh. Yeah, sure. Here it is. There's the broken sprocket. And that's the key that rides in the shaft. Shaft feels all right. We were worried that maybe the shaft might have gotten messed up, but shaft looks good. So I believe we need a new gear, new sprocket. Where do you get one of these at? I don't know. We'll have to look it up. So, till we find a new sprocket, I'll be back with you later. So after I pulled the sprocket off, I got thinking, you know, there's usually a reason. Sure, these rollers that pull the wood through. You see this one I can spin. I got thinking, you have something binding? And sure enough, I grabbed a hold of this roller and I can hardly move it. That's telling me that there's something else going on here. So I got to pull this roller off. I don't know if there's bearings in here or just bushing. I'm not sure, but I got to check it out. Got to watch them blades are in here. Like working around knives. Seem to be under some kind of spring pressure. Really? Not being familiar with this type of equipment. Even if they are under spring pressure, that wouldn't. I get the spring pressure for the tension on the wood, but not as far as rotation goes. Yeah, there's definitely some spring pressure in here. Oh yeah, I think I see the spring. Oh yeah, big spring. Okay, well, hopefully the screws are long enough to time you get the screws out that you. I don't know. There's one down here. Well, one screw off on each one. How far is it going to pop? I don't know. Seem to be holding the pressure back with my hand. Okay. That's one end. Here's the problem. Wow. Dry as a bone. This one won't even turn. Sorry. Won't even turn. Here's our problem right here. That's weird. It's just steel on steel. And no way of lubricating this? Man, I find that hard to believe. Unless this is some kind of a... I don't look like no oil like bushing to me. Maybe it is. Maybe it's something special. But fine, this side spins, but this side don't. Nothing. All right, we'll have to get that loosened up. That might have been what caused the sprocket to break. I bet you so. Well, I was able to get those shafts and bearings cleaned up on those rollers. Got it back together. You can see how she spins nice and free. I just used some 3-in-1 oil, a couple of drops, cleaned them up. Same with this one here. So I'm sure that had some effect on that sprocket breaking. And also on this chain tensioner, this little roller was seized up too. So I got that broke free too. So all that will help. I did get the sprockets in. We ordered 2 just to have a spare, so we'll go ahead and get this put together. Okay, I cleaned up these gears a little bit. Of course, you know, gonna have some sawdust in there. I Scotch brighted the rails. Use a little bit of this hornhead grease up on these gears that are in here. A little bit on here. Not much. There was some grease on there, but it was so hard that, plus, you know, you mix sawdust with this, probably not a good thing. Some people would probably say just leave this dry, but because it had a little bit on there already, I run the wire brush through these teeth. I'll just put a little bit more on it. I oiled inside these bushings for the shaft and in here on the pivot. So should be all right. There's a flat on here. There's a flat there, so you got to make sure those line up. What's funny about this is it has two keyways. That one, this one looks big. Well, can only go on one way, so that's the way it's going. Wait a minute. There's a retainer here. Aha! Bearing retainer goes on here first. Now the other issue I'm having, I don't have enough shafts sticking out of here, so must have to hone this in a little bit more. Oh yeah, that did it. I didn't have it all the way in the bearing. Now we're good. I think I can get that. Okay. Now the fun's going to start. I marked this chain because the screws on both sides have to be even, or else the head will come down crooked. So, see how good this, yeah, timed out pretty good. Just gotta, we'll check it though after we get it all together. We'll check it out. I think this was down like that. Hard to say. It has been 2 weeks since I took it apart, so I don't remember. That's looking like it's where it's got to go. You guys probably can't even see what I'm talking about because the camera's not at the right angle. I'll get you in here. See my paint marks on the chain. I'm not worried about this one or the idler. These two have to line up with each other. This one can do whatever it wants. Imagine that has to be pretty snug because although those screws for the head are fine threads, so it would take quite a bit, you know, how much play a thousandths of an inch, but if you're planing wood, you want it to be flat. So you want these to maintain. I think that's pretty good. We'll go with it. Okay, we got this guy here. See if we can remember how this goes. Oh, this is up and down. This is the on and off. This is the brake. We want the brake off. Let's see what we got here. That might be a problem too. No. Well, folks, I'd call that a success. A little noisy, a little sawdusty too, but I believe we got her all put back together and appears like it works. So, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. And hit that like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Have a good one.